also in the camera.
You see that white layer of white going through the rocks there? That's a quartz vein.
If everybody keep about 12 feet, about 10 feet away from the camera, that'll work.
Now, when these rocks were metamorphosed, as you know, metamorphism, low-grade metamorphism generally drives off carbon dioxide and water. Well, there wasn't any carbon dioxide here. There are no carbonates here. But there were clay minerals, and when you heat the clay minerals up, you make sheet silicates like mica and chlorite, but you do lose some water, and that water is driven off, rises, it's carrying dissolved material, largely quartz. And that quartz, when it gets higher up in the crust, the water cools down and it deposits the quartz in the veins that you see there. It turns out some other things can be dissolved in the water too. If there's a little bit of chloride in the water, if the water is slightly salty, it will also dissolve gold, which is fun, because then, of course, in these quartz veins, that's where you prospect for gold. The California gold rush was from quartz veins just like that in slate. Now, why isn't there any here? Well, you might not realize it, but there are gold mines in Montgomery County, out along the Potomac River. There are old gold mines. They were closed down, I don't know, maybe 100 years ago now, because the price of gold was too low and you couldn't make a profit getting the gold out. I did teach economic geology at one point, and one point I made, one of the biggest points I made to my students, that ore of any kind is a rock that you can work at a profit. And if it costs you more to get the stuff out, it's not ore. When the price of gold was, say, $20 an ounce, and it cost you $50 an ounce to get it out of the rock, not worth it. So the mines were shut down. Now, today, I think the price of gold is something like $1,300 an ounce. It was up to $1,500 for a while, and may go up again. If those rocks were in Montana or Nevada, they would be actively working today. You could get the rock out at a profit. If you are able to take the waste rock and just dump it nearby. This is Montgomery County. West Montgomery County is one of the wealthiest places in the country, but this is in the Potomac area. And I am sure that the county government would not allow you to dump 15 million tons of rock over several square miles of western Montgomery County. So that's why those mines are not operating today, even though it could be worked at a profit. If you could take that rock and ship it, say 500 miles and dump it somewhere else, then maybe you could still do it at a profit. Well, no, shipping all that rock that far, there goes your profit. So it's not worth mining. There are indeed working gold mines in Montgomery County today. They're called real estate offices. So, but there is gold here, and that's the process by which it forms. Now, the cleavage that you see here is a facility caused by metamorphism. There is no bedding visible in this particular rock. That's because it was deep water rock and conditions did not change from day to day, month to month, year to year. It was a very, very uniform deposition of sediment. That's characteristic of the deep sea sediment. When you get up into shallow water, then things start changing from day to day and from year to year. And depending on the conditions, you get slightly different beds being laid down. And so you get to see bedding then. Even in rocks that are mostly clay and silt, you get to see the bed. Okay, any questions on these rocks here? Oh, I should tell you, this is called the Ijamsville phyllite. That's the official name of the rock. And the point I'd like to make here is that rock names in the United States It's convenient to give it a name so you can talk about it without saying, oh, you know that slate that they've got over in Slate Quarry Road in western Montgomery County. You give a name to it, you can talk about it. It's the Igemsville phyllite because by tradition in the United States, all rock bodies are given the name of some place where it can be seen and studied, where it's well exposed. I don't know exactly where Igemsville is. Some of you might. It's somewhere near here because this rock was named after it. The next rock unit we're going to see is the Urbana Formation. And I do know where Urbana is. It's just northeast of here, just a little bit. Okay, any questions?
If anybody wants to any rock to pass around.
Yeah. Anyone?
It breaks off in a little slivers if you want. But it will be dirty.
And of course, those people in my course are very familiar with that rock cleavage and metamorphic cleavage.